To use Vault AWS Auth, you need to understand the basics of Vault and AWS Authentication. Vault is a tool for securely accessing secrets, and AWS Auth is a method of authenticating with Vault using your AWS credentials. First, you need to configure the AWS Auth backend in Vault. This involves enabling the backend and configuring the AWS credentials that Vault will use to verify the identity of AWS entities. You can do this by running the command vault auth enable AWS and then configuring the credentials using the vault write command. Next, you need to configure the AWS Auth backend to use your AWS credentials. This involves creating an IAM role that Vault can use to verify the identity of AWS entities. You can do this by creating an IAM role with the necessary permissions and then configuring the AWS Auth backend to use this role. Once the AWS Auth backend is configured, you can authenticate with Vault using your AWS credentials. This involves running the command vault login with the necessary credentials. You can use the AWS access key and secret key to authenticate, or you can use the AWS IAM role. Best practices for using Vault AWS Auth include using least privilege access when creating the IAM role and regularly rotating the AWS credentials used by Vault. You should also use a secure method of storing the AWS credentials, such as an encrypted file or a secrets manager. In terms of key concepts, you need to understand the difference between authentication and authorization. Authentication is the process of verifying the identity of an entity, while authorization is the process of determining what actions an entity can perform. Vault AWS Auth is used for authentication, while the Vault policy system is used for authorization. Practical examples of using Vault AWS Auth include using it to authenticate with Vault from an AWS EC2 instance, or using it to authenticate with Vault from an AWS Lambda function. You can also use Vault AWS Auth to authenticate with Vault from a Kubernetes cluster running in AWS. Overall, Vault AWS Auth is a powerful tool for securely accessing secrets in AWS environments. By following best practices and understanding the key concepts, you can use Vault AWS Auth to improve the security and efficiency of your AWS deployments.